Welcome to our channel, Age Vibe. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to many of our hearts: family harmony. As we get older, our relationships with family can sometimes feel a bit strained or distant. Maybe you've noticed that your kids or grandkids seem busier than ever, or perhaps you feel like your opinions aren't being heard the way they used to be. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's the good news. There are simple, practical steps you can take to strengthen those bonds and bring more joy and connection into your family life. In this video, we're going to share 5 powerful tips to help you build stronger relationships with your loved ones. These are easy, actionable ideas that can make a real difference, no matter what your family situation looks like. Whether you're hoping to reconnect with your children, improve things with your spouse, or just create more special moments with your grandkids, these tips are for you. Let's jump right in with the first one because it's something we can all start doing today. Communication is where it all begins. It's the foundation of any strong relationship. But let's be honest, it can get a little tricky as time goes on. Maybe you felt like your voice isn't carrying the weight it once did, or conversations with your family feel like they're skimming the surface. The key is to carve out space for open, honest, and respectful talks. It doesn't have to be a big production. Just a little effort can go a long way. One of the easiest ways to do this is by setting aside some dedicated time to chat with your family. It could be as simple as sitting down together over dinner, or maybe catching up during a weekend visit. The point is to make it a regular thing, something you can count on. When you're together, encourage everyone to share what's on their mind. Thoughts, feelings, whatever's going on. And here's the big part: really listen. Put the phones away, turn off the TV, and give each other your full attention. It's amazing how much closer you can feel when you're truly present. Now, listening isn't just about staying quiet while someone else talks. It's about really hearing them. When your family members open up, try to focus on what they're saying without jumping in or thinking about what you'll say next. Ask a question or two to show you're with them, like, "Oh, so how did that make you feel?" Or, "What happened after that?" You can even repeat back a little of what they said to make sure you've got it right. For example, if your son mentions he's swamped at work, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed with work right now. Is that right?" It's a small thing, but it shows you're not just nodding along. You're in it with them. And don't hold back from sharing your own feelings either. If something's on your mind, let it out in a calm, easy way. Instead of pointing fingers, like saying, "You never listened to me," try something softer like, "I feel a bit unheard when we don't get a chance to talk." It keeps things from getting tense and helps everyone understand where you're coming from. It's all about keeping that line of connection open and honest. Let me tell you about Margaret, a wonderful lady in her late 70s I heard about. She used to feel like her adult kids were too caught up in their own lives to really hear her. So she decided to try something simple. She started setting aside Sunday afternoons for what she calls family catch-ups. No phones, no distractions, just time to sit and talk. At first it felt a little awkward, like they weren't sure what to say. But over time, her kids started sharing more. Little stories from their week, things they were worried about. And now, those Sundays are something they all look forward to. It's turned into a tradition that's brought them so much closer. So, that's the first tip. Prioritize open and honest communication. It might take a bit of effort to get going, but once you do, you'll see how it can warm up those family ties. Now let's move on to something that can make those connections even stronger. Finding common interests. There's something special about sharing experiences with the people you love. It's one of the best ways to build bonds, because when you're doing something you all enjoy, the good memories just pile up. Think about it. Some of your favorite moments probably come from times when you were laughing or working on something together. Now let's move on to something that can make those connections even stronger. Finding common interests. There's something special about sharing experiences with the people you love. It's one of the best ways to build bonds, because when you're doing something you all enjoy, the good memories just pile up. Think about it. Some of your favorite moments probably come from times when you were laughing or working on something together. So how do you figure out what those common interests might be? Start by asking your family what they're into these days. Maybe your grandkids are hooked on video games, or your daughter's always out in her garden. You don't need to be a pro at whatever they love. Just show you're curious and willing to give it a try. For instance, if your grandkids are gamers, ask them to teach you how to play. Sure, it might feel a little strange at first, but seeing their faces light up when you take an interest, that's worth it. It's a little way to say, I care about what you care about. And don't be shy about inviting them into your world, too. If you love cooking, why not suggest a family cooking night where everyone pitches in to make a meal? Or if you're a walker, how about a weekly stroll through the park together? These don't have to be big, fancy plans, just simple things that bring you side by side. It's those shared moments that stick with you. Here's another fun idea. Try starting a family book club. Pick a book everyone can read, something light or maybe a story you all connect to, and set a day to talk about it. It's a great way to get conversations going, and you might be surprised by what you learn about each other. Plus, if your family's spread out, you can do it over a video call and still feel close. I heard about a guy named John, who's 72, and he was feeling like he and his teenage grandkids were drifting apart. One day, he asked them about their favorite music, and they ended up dragging him to a concert. It was loud, not really his usual thing, but he went with it. That night turned into something they still talk about. Now they swap playlists and even catch a show together every once in a while. It's a small step that built a bridge between them. So that's the second tip. Find and nurture those common interests. It doesn't have to be anything huge, just something that brings you together and keeps the good times rolling. Now that we've covered the importance of communication and finding common interests, let's keep the momentum going. Building strong family relationships is a journey, and there are more tips to help you along the way. And there you have it. 5 powerful tips to help you build stronger, happier relationships with your family. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. Open and honest communication. Set aside time for real conversations and truly listen to each other to make everyone feel valued. Common interests. Share hobbies or start family traditions to create lasting memories. Appreciation and gratitude. Say thank you, or write a heartfelt note to show you care. Healthy boundaries. Maintain respect and balance in your relationships. Patience and understanding. Be kind and flexible, especially when things get challenging. These tips are simple yet transformative, and they're not just for seniors. Anyone can use them to strengthen their family bonds. Start today with one small step and watch your relationships grow stronger over time. If you enjoyed this video and found these tips helpful, please give it a thumbs up to let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more advice on senior health, wellness, and lifestyle. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you know someone who could benefit from these ideas, share this video with your friends and family. Together, we can build happier, more connected lives. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to stronger families and thriving relationships. See you in the next video.